everyone! Today I'm working on a Venus McFlytrap face-up. This is the second in a series of 6 dolls that I'm making as a Patreon exclusive launch special. They will be available on Etsy and the link will be below. The details for the Patreon launch will also be in the description box below, as well as the link to my Patreon page. So this month's theme is superhero fans, so the dolls that I'm creating are in the theme of different superheroes. So I started as usual with the several coats of Mr. Super Clear. Make sure to get the flat varnish. And I usually start out with the whites of the eyes and then the upper lid to kind of shape out that eye. And then lay in the waterline. I'm erasing the sides because this doll kept collecting some sort of, I think it came from my gloves actually. Not sure what was happening there. So I decided I wanted this doll's eyes to be a little bit closed. I mean, not quite closed of course, but just squinted a little bit so I could give her some detail in her upper eyelid with some eyeshadow. And I'm using my pan pastels. Here I'm trying to determine which shade of green would do best as her contour. So I go in with some shading and I'm using, I'm actually taking some of that pan pastel green, mixing it with just a tiny bit of white just to tone it down a little bit, and doing that on a paper towel and then blotting it on the doll. And so I went right in with the eyeshadow in the crease. I wanted some dark purple and then I'm blending it out with some white. And throughout the process of this doll I just went back in and did several layers in between several coats of Mr. Super Clear and just built up a crease in the purple and an ombre effect down into the white above the lid. I was also using a good bit of the shimmer pan pastel, I can't remember what it's called, but it's the shimmer type of, or pearl, I think it's pearlescent pan pastels in purple and green, and I'm just layering that as well. And I carried that on under the lid also onto the bottom eyelash line. This doll would be wearing an Avenger skirt, which will have pictures of the Hulk, so I decided to do her coloring in the Hulk colors, which are purple and green. And I love doing these just random dolls just out of my, whatever comes out of my mind, because it just gives me an opportunity to play with colors, practice different techniques, and just kind of get creative. So on this one I just wanted I wanted a big full lip, and I wanted it to look like she had purple lipstick on. So I carried that across her lip a little bit more into the corners than I usually do. And here I'm blending out the bottom line to get, or bottom lip to give a little bit of a highlight with some white. The weather has been super hot here, like I'm sure it is across the country, in the United States at least, and I've been finding that the Mr. Super Clear isn't, I guess because of the humidity level, I'm having a little bit, not too much, but a little bit of trouble making sure that I have enough tooth and to take the pencil. So sometimes I have to add more layers of Mr. Super Clear than I normally would like. Here I'm using the pearlescent pan pastel in pink to add some shimmer, like highlighter. I think I added a little bit more than I wanted to, so I ended up taking some colorless blender to blend that out. So here I'm just blending out the green that I added as well as the blush. So sorry about going off camera a little bit. I'm using my trusty makeup brush from the Dollar Tree, the Wet n Wild eyeshadow brush, which I just absolutely love to add blush on these dolls. So here, after adding a few layers of the color, I go in with the eyes and just trying to make sure that they're symmetrical. And I decided to do a purple pupil and green iris. And just layered in the color there as well. I would take a little bit of white down at the bottom just to give a little highlight, and black to darken up the corners at the top. Once I'm happy with the look, then I seal the eyes, or I seal the face several times with Mr. Super Clear Flat, and then I'll go and add the eyelashes and add the Liquitex High Gloss Sealer to the eyes and lips. That's about it. So if you're a supporter over on Patreon, the full-length version of this video is available already for you. It's just a longer version, slowed down, so you can see what I'm doing a little bit better. And again, the link to the Patreon is in the description box below. And click there to see how you can get early access to all my videos, full-length videos, tips and tricks, and monthly goodies, including a doll of the month. So if you like this video, I would love it if you gave it a thumbs up and subscribed if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it so much. I hope everybody has a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye-bye.